Hello everybody, how are you? It's been a long time since we've talked or since I've uploaded a video. So long time no see. I'm here with Gigi, my beardy, and I'm just here to kind of give you all an update of what things have been like and kind of like the current setup of everything, just so you can see what I've been into. I'd like to get back into making content more often. Can't say full time until it becomes something that is financially viable, but definitely more often I'd like to get back into stuff. I've been very busy with things outside of YouTube. I just began my professional boxing career and I've just had things outside of it. I got married, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just working on getting things financially stable and more consistency. So without further ado, I'll kind of show you where I am right now. So I've moved out of my bedroom and I now have kind of like my own little reptile room. This used to be like the hunting room, if you couldn't tell by the aesthetic of everything. Because, you know, I live in West Virginia and hunting's a pretty big thing. Oh my gosh, listen to this thing, bruh. Risotto, I swear. But no. Where are you going? Yeah, well, she wants to get to the highest point, so she's trying to like stably hold on to my shoulder. Yeah, what you doing, huh? What you doing? But no, I have my own reptile room now, so it's like a bajillion degrees in here, as you'd expect. But everybody's kind of rocking in their own enclosures right now. We'll start with Queen G because she was the first. As you can tell, her enclosure is looking really solid. Everything is up to par. She seems very comfortable. I've got the basking spot around 110. Unfortunately, our plexiglass has a giant crack in it and has a lot of glass surfing scratches and is just not doing super great. So gonna have to replace these windows soon to get that all nice and fixed up. But for the most part, the substrate seems to be doing well and the heating is good, and just right now I'm trying to work on maintaining humidity. It's kind of hard. The room's super dry, but I'm gonna get some misting systems for when I need to deal with that and make sure I got everything. I want to add some more plants to her enclosure, make it more, you know, bioactive and naturalistic. Hey Gigi, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to fix this ASAP. Holy crap! But no, I'd like to, you know, fix up her enclosure and really get it going a little bit more. It's a little plain looking right now, and I would like to give her some more interesting things to look at. Maybe put some more basking stones in there and to help dull down her claws a little bit, and just give her more things to do. Some fake plants, some stuff like that. But other than that, I'd say that's pretty good. It holds in moisture well enough when I need it to. It's easy to clean, and she seems to like it. She's just chilling in her little tent right now. She loves to sleep in there, and then she loves to bask up here and come up there. Riz. What are you doing? Riz. But anyway, let's move on to number 2. That being my leopard gecko, Shimo. Y'all probably haven't seen much of her due to her being nocturnal. She's usually not out super often because her tank is more naturalistic looking for the most part, so she kind of utilizes that. So we're rocking with, we got her a log hide, which is, she's usually inside there. I got her some rocks. I've got her a lot of, you know, tree wood type stuff to climb on that isn't like so high she can get out of the tank. She's got a log hide, a more human hide, and a basking hide. I got her some fake plants in here and some rocks. The substrate is a mix of things that if she were to consume them wouldn't impact her, which she doesn't seem to do that, so that's good at least. But I have her stuff set up pretty well, so she has a lot of hides, a lot of stuff to explore and climb around. The heat is pretty accurate to what she needs. I need to raise the humidity. I need to raise the humidity of the whole room in general, because it's just not as good in here as it was back when it was in my room. So there's that. But hers is looking pretty good. I like the way it looks. I try to move the stuff in the tanks around once like every month, just to, you know, change it up a little bit, because obviously, you know, like when you're bored, you paint your house to make it look better. So in the case of these guys, I like to do kind of the same thing, to where I make their places look different and it stimulates them just a little bit. Got like crickets over here that are amazing. As you can imagine, they're really loud and obnoxious, but they keep these guys happy. But yeah, so Shimo's tank is pretty good. She's a lot bigger than she was. If you don't know, I got her from a local pet shop. It's not super great quality. You could tell she was sick and dying, but now she's healthier. She's patternless. She doesn't have much color. But she does seem like she's doing good. She likes to crawl into my hand whenever I stick my hand in there, and she is always, interactive when it comes to feeding. So yeah, I'd say she's doing pretty good. She's about a little over 2 years old now. So she's good. She's getting to be about full size. I don't think she'll get much bigger than this, but she's really chill. Anyway, next I'd like to move on to this guy right here. His name is Paul. He is a yellow belly slider aquatic turtle. Originally, when I first got him, the people that had him first, he came out of a kitchen sink with another turtle. That turtle I gave away to someone else. But Mr. Pol here, or Polnareff for short, Pol for short, Polnareff for long. Well, he lived in this tank right here for a decent bit of time. It's not very big, and I think he didn't really seem to like it as much, but it was just temporary holding. But now we have him in a 120 plus gallon enclosure. It's got 2 basking spots here. It's got its water filtration system. There's 2 basking spots. Keep doing it, huh? Keep doing it. He really likes people. When I sit here, he's always trying to see me and stick my hand down in there for him to rub up on it. But he got 2 basking spots on each side. A nice little fake plant here to supplement kind of the visual. We have 2 hides here. You can go in either one. You should do that as like an example. I got some fake plants down in there to add to the vibe. It's cool because there's kind of like a natural greenery look in here. Like on camera, it isn't that bright, obviously, but there's some fish in there. It's a feeder fish. You don't even know. You'll find it eventually. But yeah, there's lots of stones down in there to create a more river-like look. I actually got most of these from the koi pond we have outside, so I didn't have to do any super crazy stuff to clean them because we already managed them and everything, so they're already well taken care of. But yeah, he's got 2 basking spots. I got a water filtration system, temperature stuff in here to make sure everything's good. We check the temperature of the basking spots with the heat gun daily. We check the temperature of the water. We have a thermometer for that. And he's smooth sailing. Actually, he's probably got one of my favorite setups because it's just what you would ideally want for an aquatic turtle. Because a lot of people keep them in little tiny tanks, which I think is just terrible. You should ideally want to keep them in something that they have, a lot of exploration room. You got 2 hides here. You got a little bit of loose stuff he can kind of move around and move under if he wants to, and plenty of rocks to just skirt around on. And as you can see, he actually looks pretty small in comparison to the tank, which is what you want the reptile to feel like. They have a lot of room to move around. Now, granted, for lizards, they want more coverage, more hides, and more foliage to kind of mask themselves. But for a turtle, they like to have more swimming area that they can move through while still being able to have, their hides, which he still does have a couple pretty good ones underneath the basking spots, so he can even have a little bit of warmth depending on how much he wants to rise to the water top. And obviously there's lots of stuff he can move around through. So I'd say his enclosure is probably one of my favorites, and he seems to be quite happy in it. There he is down there. Look at him, he's so cute. Okay, anyway. So for the last person I'd like to talk to, I can talk to him. That is Barry, is our blue-tongue skink. He is a northern blue-tongue skink. And for anybody that's kept up with my channel, you know I made a video where I built the EcoFlex 4x2x2 enclosure. It's nice. It's a good size for a blue-tongue. Well, honestly, you could probably put a bearded dragon in here depending on how you set it up. Personally, I like mine. It's, as you can see just from looking at the 2, they're kind of the same kind of length going on, but the tank I made is slightly longer and slightly taller and slightly wider. So it's basically a 4x2x2 plus. And obviously I put some custom dimensions in there. If you saw the video where I built the bearded dragon enclosure, you'd see that I put a lot of my own scaling and cliff sides and stuff like that, which I would love to redo that for his enclosure, because as nice as it is size-wise, it's a little bland visually, but I do still have my stuff going on in here. I've got my 6-inch high substrate. I got my little rock mountain here that he can climb up to get to. His basking spot, which I made a natural platform. I actually made it out of insulation foam that a aquarium safe silicone, and I covered that with wet coconut fiber to kind of make it look more like a tree look, you know what I'm saying? And there he is back there, he's chilling. As you can see, he is an absolute unit now, instead of being the cute little guy we had. Hey, there he is, he's coming to say hi. I don't think he wants to say hi, I don't think he likes me. Nah, I'm kidding. But originally I had this hide under there, and he liked to sleep in there. but I decided to switch it around, so I put a bunch of more substrate back there to kind of make it a little bit taller, a little bit deeper so that he could burrow into it, which he's been doing that. He's been sleeping underneath there. And I gave him, you know, obviously rocks on this side to shade it in, and then I gave him a little tunnel here and a little bit of extra foliage. So just from his perspective looking out, it'd be hard to see him, which he wants cover. So that's obviously, you know, something he's interested in. I plan to put some plants in here, which I mean, obviously he's gonna trample over them. So it's like, but yeah. And I would like to kind of give these walls like a similar bioactive look to this and a more like naturalistic look, because while I do like what I have, I do think it needs more. So next time I go to remodel this, I think I'm gonna to really put some more stuff in here and kind of make it look more neat. Because I like to build tanks. I don't like to use ones that already exist and then it's just kind of like add stuff in there. I think that's not as fun. I think the most fun part about being a reptile owner is building your own enclosure, which is why I enjoyed making Gigi's tank. It is completely made from scratch. I just made it using PVC, insulation foam, spray foam, and all the stuff that you would need to make it. And I had a lot of fun doing that, so I kind of would like to do something similar with him. I wouldn't build an entirely new one, more likely than not, but I would like to take what I have now and drip it out, so to speak. You know, add insulation foam and spray foam and all that, because then not only will it look better, but it will hold in the humidity. People were asking me on the video that I did about this enclosure, how do the vents hold in humidity, like, and how do the walls hold in humidity? Because if you notice, I've sealed them because there's naturally a little bit of an air pocket where the humidity leaks out. So I will say that it does not hold humidity super well. You're gonna need to seal it. You're gonna need to seal the vents, put some kind of mesh over the vents because they just don't hold anything in that well. So I have to spray it a couple times daily just to hold in that humidity. I also added some extra water to the substrate the other day when I was messing with it to kind of help hold in the humidity a little bit. For a northern, you don't need it as humid as an Indonesian, but still, you do still need humidity. Even though all these guys are from dry and arid environments, they still do need humidity. Do not skip out on that, except for the turtle, because, you know, he lives in water, so he can be at 100% humidity at any time he wants to be. But yeah, that's just kind of where I am right now. Got Gigi chilling over here in her tank. Got Barry, who's actively huffing at me because we haven't completely socialized him. I mean, I can take him out of there and kind of hold him and let him walk around, but when I'm outside of the tank, just kind of like looking at him, he's not really the biggest fan of me. So say bye to you. Bye, Barry. Bye. Yeah, we'll say bye to Barry for now. Well, he's obviously a pretty happy guy. He loves to see me. He's having the time of his life. Shimo, she'd be out right now, but during this time, she's usually sleeping or hiding. And she really only comes out at night because, you know, she's just nocturnal. But something new that I will like to address to you guys is I'm starting a new project coming sometime this year. I will be starting on a very large, very intricate and interesting build. As you know, I had a lot more fun with the Gigi enclosure, like I said, because I like to build them from scratch and, you know, fortify them and add in all the bioactive stuff I like to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be building a brand new enclosure for a lizard that I'm trying to get either sometime this year or next year, and I'll be documenting my process of it. I'm going to make a video similar to what I did with Gigi, where I build obviously the big terrarium and then add in all the stuff. I want to start taking these tanks and make them bioactive, so I'm going to add some more realistic plants, add some extra substrate, and start adding, you know, isopods and springtails and all that kind of thing to make it more naturalistic and just more pretty and more lively, if you know what I'm saying. He's looking at me. He came just to see me a little bit. But no, so the next tank I'm working on is going to be a result of that. That's going to be a really fun time. I will be documenting it the entire way. I've already got some stuff for it. I've got a whole blueprint and a setup made. So I will be telling you all about that as the time gets closer. I'm going to try to upload more often, at least once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week if I can manage that. But I just want to say thank you all for watching this video, if you are. Thank you to the 6.4 thousand people that watched my EcoFlex enclosure video. And thank you to all of you that commented on it just to see kind of what was up. Thank you to Adam from Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles for commenting. That was awesome. Definitely an inspiration for me. So I'm going to start trying to hop on the train and make more content. I may have lied a little bit about him not liking me because I'm holding him right now and he's actually pretty chill. So I guess this is part of my daily socialization. I'm gonna try to get him to be a bit more chill. He seems pretty chill, right? Give your mama a kiss. Give her a kiss. Yeah, give your mama a kiss.
Do it again. Yeah.
He's a good boy. But I'm gonna put him back for now. Thank you. Say bye, Barry. Say hi. Oh, he looked at the camera. That's funny. But thank you all for watching today's video. It was good to update you all again. I'm gonna hang out with Barry a little bit more, and I hope you all have a good one.